Joe Woo directed this movie. Every moment is all high tension. It's all freaking action. It's an action flick / telenovela. This movie is entirely different from the first one. We covered part 1 last time.
Yeah.
A few podcasts ago, and this one is entirely different from the first one. Like, it's so obvious. So in this one, IMF agent Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, is sent to Sydney, Australia to find and destroy a genetically modified disease called chimera, which is fitting Asian Greek mythology type stuff. Director John Woo, never heard of him before, but apparently he directed the movie Face Off.
Yeah, I've seen that one a long time ago.
I haven't seen the movie now.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Face Off with Nick Cage and John Travolta. And you can actually tell by the way he directs, there's an emphasis on slow motion and drawn out scenes, very, very, very cool stuff. But first things first, Joe Woo directed this movie. Every moment is all high tension. It's all freaking action. It's an action flick / telenovela.
What was hot?
Because what was hot at the time, right? 2000s. We were talking about this when you came in. Everything is slow-mo. Everything is what?
I felt like I was watching a Bollywood movie at some point. And like a K-drama. I was just like, what's this? What's going on? Like, it's just like from when he met Naya, slow motion, the eyes, everything, just waiting for...
They're walking around each
other.
I
was just waiting for the music to start now, and then they start dancing and all of that. But it was not just only that scene, it was multiple scenes. It was just, I was like, oh my God. And then there was this scene where the car chase.
Yeah.
The car chase.
That's the cheesiest... That's the cheesiest car chase on the planet.
The way he jumped from his car to her car to save her. I was like, are you not going to check if your car is going to fall with your weight attached to it?
It's like Ethan Hunt forgot all concepts of physics.
I was like, that can't be me. At first, I would check. I would do like, I would check and see. Man just jumped on the car, and when he still like saved her and was still there and they were all making out, I was like, are you not going to leave the car first and make sure you are safe?
Like, honey waits for no one apparently. Like, damn the laws of physics. If we die, we die. I don't get it, but even from the music, the movie is so different. Everything is just so high tension, high pitched, and like you said, you were laughing.
I was actually laughing.
Movie.
It was funny to watch. It was funny. I was just like, nah.
Tom Cruise actually called this guy. He was filming another movie abroad, and he called him and said he wanted him to direct this movie. Yeah. So I think Tom knew.
I think he was just trying something. I don't
probably fit into the whole style of that time. I actually like to go and research how the movies of the 2000s were. But it kind of gave me the vibe like a Jackie Chan movie. Even the martial arts, big swings, like emphasis on leg movement.
There was this thing he did when he was fighting Sean, where he had his leg on his neck, and he did it. It's something Jackie Chan or Jet Li would do. I think even Sylvester Stallone would do something like that.
Oh, this guy, what's his name?
Van Damme.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
the double familiar. Kick to the back of the
head. Yeah, I was like, this is oddly familiar.
It was so, I could tell that this is definitely inspired by Eastern, martial arts, and then just seeing the director, it kind of made sense, it made everything like fell into place. So, question. I was actually wondering this, so it's not a question. I was wondering if Tom Cruise actually climbed the Grand Canyon. And apparently...
Actually was wondering about that as well.
You were wondering about that,
did he actually climb this?
Yeah, apparently no.
That was too CGI, like, when he was falling and hanging up, I was like, he wouldn't try this in real life.
Apparently, the first cut of this movie... Oh no, actually, the famous rock climbing sequence was filmed at Dead Horse Point in Utah. Tom Cruise was on cables, which was digitally removed. So that mystery solved. I thought that this was the moment where he started losing his mind. It's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to climb the budge. I'm going to jump off a cliff. In that order,
It looked like, something that was edited.
Yeah, it did. And the whole hanging like Spider-Man, like, nah, hell yeah. So, another question. Why did they need a civilian for an op? Aren't spies supposed to be trained in like being kleptos?
No, it was very straightforward. She was going to just, easily gain access. There was no point in having to find someone who he would like and he would bring in. He's not going to just trust the person straight away.
Yeah.
And they had to make it look like, from what they said, that, she needed him, So that was straight obvious. There was no other way it was gonna be done with the time that they needed to get it done. They knew that she was just gonna work 100%. So just the only thing is that she wasn't trained for it. That was just the only thing. But she handled herself pretty well.
She did, right? I mean, Tandiwe in this movie, man. When I saw her, it's been a while since I saw this movie. So when I saw her, I was like, God damn it, man. Tandiwe Newton she still is like. Time has been very good to her.
Yeah.
She looks so small in this movie, so freaking cute. I'm like, damn it, man. Do you know Tom Cruise's wife, Nicole Kidman, is the one that actually like recommended her for this movie. He recommended to Tom Cruise to cast her, and she was cast before the script was even written. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected her in this movie normally, honestly. But I guess Tom wanted to do something different. I love it. I love her performance, actually. And I don't know, is it just me, but the index, the steamier index from part 1 to part 2 went up by like a whole 100%.
It was very different.
It was very different. It was so hot with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise trying to do all those love playing and whatnot. Especially that bathtub scene.
I was just about to mention that. I was like, okay.
Thank you. We don't mind. But I feel spy class 101 should be do not get close to your assets.
It's something that most times always happen somehow.
You can't help it. Like Tom Cruise, Ethan rather, he didn't see it coming. Is this his first rodeo or something? But you can't help it.
It was under a spell somehow.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
The beginning. Yeah, she is a dangerous woman. So
yeah.
I'm sure it's those types he likes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Definitely.
Someone gonna handle herself all the time.
Mm-hmm. Speaking about the telenovela stuff, it became so freaking evident when she was meeting up with Sean.
I was like, oh my God. This was the scene while I was watching it and my housemate came in at that moment.
Yeah.
And immediately that happened, I started to laugh hard. And he wasn't paying attention at that moment what was watching. He was like, what was going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
I was like, did you just see that?
Like,
her scarf was falling. I was like,
I
was just waiting to hear that Bollywood signature sound.
Dude, caught it around her neck.
That's, that sound, that music about to start, and then she'll be like,
Sean, I missed you. You saved me or something.
I was just waiting to hear it at that moment, but
it was crazy. It is what it is, man.
That was just epic. It was funny.
Guys. Do you know that this was the highest grossing movie of the 2000s?
Are you serious?
Like I think
that was what it was at that moment. That was where everybody was wanting to see, so we give it to them.
Oh god damn, it was that scene. Okay, moving on.
That's just one scene that had me with so much awe and I was just laughing. And it was another scene again. I was like, nah, this is not even gonna happen. It's not possible.
Yeah.
The scene where he when he was gonna go get the virus and the antidote from Sean, where he was brokering the deal, getting the 300 and the 37 million and everything.
Yeah.
And then he had killed Sean's sidekick. and he was supposed to walk in, and he walked in as Sean's side. Sorry, he not killed him. He had
knocked him
out and everything.
Duct taped his mouth.
Yeah, and he came in. I was like, what time did he have to change clothes and then put the whole face? Like, he had it all planned. Did he have it all planned? But then the time it took, I was just like, nah, that confused me so much. I was like, no, this can't even happen. No. Like, it can't happen. You now quickly take the clothes off, quickly put on his clothes so you can come in and confuse.
He was like, I knocked out his jaw, but it was crazy. Immediately he walked into the room, I was like, yes, that's Tom Cruise.
That was very obvious. Like, it wasn't even a big reveal or anything. I knew, but the thing I was just wondering was like, how is that even possible for him?
I feel it's like an old movie thing. That can't pass in today's day.
No. Everybody would be like, what's this nonsense?
Yeah, what is this, honestly?
I think there are just better ways of doing that. I don't know.
There should be, but it's what worked. So this movie was originally 3.5 hours. So I feel that might be the type of plot points that might be missing from the movie.
Yeah. There's no way they will explain that one.
No, they could have shown, in that 3.5 hours, they could have shown Tom getting dressed, changing, taking off the guy. You know what I mean? I
can't believe that there would be any way to explain that, because the time all of that was going on, there's no time for you to quickly change, put that face mask thing on. There is no time.
Yeah. It's just Ethan Hunt. We just accept it like that.
There's no time. Come on.
It's crazy, man. Speaking about masks, like, how do you trust anybody in this world full of masks? For Christ's sake, how? It's like you could be wearing a mask right now for all I know. It's ridiculous, man. The tech got way better. Like, the way the movie jumped from part 1 to this part, Moore's law was entirely defeated. It was broken. We went from regular masks to masks now. Like, they look way better than the previous one, and voice modulation with just a simple chip. It's a serious jump. So I just feel it's getting harder and harder to trust anybody in, like, in the world of Mission Impossible. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
The action in this movie was pretty nice. We're speaking about the fight scenes. I love them. Obviously, Jackie Chan, Eastern martial arts inspired.
Yeah.
But I also love, like, the part where they were trying to break into biosites to steal the virus.
It was like he pulls an old trick from the previous.
Yeah, the cable hanging stuff, right?
Him just stopping just about when he was about to hit.
He did it way better this time. He did it way better. It's obvious that he's grown. But what also makes that scene so good was something we've spoken about before on the former podcast. The time limits always making action scenes way better. Puts it into perspective, gives it stakes and urgency. Chef's kiss, honestly. You have 40 seconds to get him.
He hadn't even done it at that moment. Like, he Luther had not even opened it up. He had not hacked it up and all of that. Obviously, that had gotten better as well.
Yeah.
The commands, the hacking commands.
No, it wasn't open shutter. Honestly, if he had done that, I would have died.
Oh my God.
It's a freaking year 2000.
The thing is, they did not show any of the commands. That's the thing.
They just showed him tapping.
We couldn't see that. They didn't show any of the commands. They didn't show like a command prompt terminal line where he was just, could see what he was doing. Do you get? Nothing of that sort. They just printed out the outputs.
Yeah.
Nothing. There was no input from us. All the inputs we had from him was he was just typing away on his keyboard. So we didn't even know where he's typing, where he's inputting those commands, and where the commands are going to. All that they just showed us what they wanted us to see, and that was just it.
That was it.
So it was not very impressive, but still, like you said, it worked.
It was as a person that jam signal.
As funny as that sounds, just
yeah,
it was like when it was trying to get to Naya the first period, the first time, he was like, oh, the salary are not working as fast as he's working.
Man, when he said that, I was like, no way. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
They keep having lines. So in part one was this is the Mount Everest of hacks. And this one is the satellite is not as working as fast as I do. I mean, come on.
So that he's saying that you type and there's a lag between now before the command gets just like that.
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
I've given a bunch of trivia already. First course was 3.5 hours. Nicole Kidman, Tom Cruise ex, recommended Tandiwe Newton. Another one was Tom Cruise and John Woo clashed over the stunts in this movie as Woo wanted stunt doubles.
Cruise said no.
Cruise was like, no, bro, I want to do that myself. He told Woo that he didn't like cheating and that it's easy to spot when actors are being doubled with movements and timing and whatnot. But Woo was afraid of heights and he couldn't help it. But he admitted that he liked Tom Cruise's courage. And it just kind of speaks to the type of man Tom Cruise is, the kind of work ethic he wants to put in.
Yeah.
It's absolutely epic, honestly. But I'm so glad they didn't let him climb the Grand Canyon and be hanging off by fingers, for Christ's sake. Yeah. This movie was initially rated R. Yeah.
It wasn't as, but anyways.
Yeah.
At that time.
Apparently, it was really violent when it was 3 hours, 30 minutes. But after cutting it down, I was like, we can let a 13-year-old watch it with their parents. Yeah. Pretty good. Tom Cruise rode the motorcycle in the fire without using any flame protection or any gels.
Damn.
Yeah, when that happened, my girlfriend was like, How? She was like, I can't believe it. Me, I was like, just go with the flow. Just go with it, man. No bonds, no nothing. But he actually did that in real life. So, I mean, I guess it's possible. One thing that came from part 1 and found itself in part 2 was this message of self-destruct in 5 seconds. I love that stuff. And
yeah, it's actually quite cool. I like it. I like that.
Yeah, it's quite cool. I'm wondering if that's like the inspiration for Snapchat. Honestly, this movie. We should ask the CEO. What's his name? Eric. We should ask him one day if we can.
But yeah, I like the fact that the difference of getting the message to the spy changed. It's the glasses and all of that, and then he threw it.
Yeah, and it exploded, and then Mission Impossible, the title came true. Another quote is from the new mission commander. Well, this is not mission difficult, Mr. Hunt. It's mission impossible.
Yeah.
Difficult should be a walk in the park for you. Yeah. Epic stuff, right? Ethan Hunt to Luthor after they learned how difficult their critical mission would be. We just rolled up a snowball and tossed it into hell. Now let's see what chance it has. It's like, it's so metaphorical and a hyperbole in the same sentence. What do you mean you rolled up a snowball and tossed it into hell? so freaking good, right? Luthor satellite doesn't work as fast as I do.
Nah.
Then there's this deep line in the movie, The Doctor, right? Every search for a hero must begin with something that every hero requires. A villain. So
that was like the first thing
in the VR and start of the movie.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be like the main quote, honestly.
Yeah. The freaking quotes, man. They play it at the beginning and towards the end. So that's just tell you how important it is. And then when Tom Cruise was like, damn physics, Nia was like, who wants to be decent? Like, okay, you guys have fun. It was a good movie, an obvious action flick. It's not on the level of, the Avengers and stuff we have nowadays, but definitely
it was what it was meant to be at that time.
Yeah, it's obvious the inspiration for it. It's very, it's like a cut on someone's skin, but it's a definitely must watch if you haven't seen this movie, or if you've seen it and you just relive some stuff. We're talking, and I was like, it's actually nice because this is the stuff we used to watch back in the day.
Yeah.
Come back home from school, watch a Chinese movie. You don't even know what's going on. You just want to see the fights and the slow motion.
You go outside and you play. You act like you know Kung Fu now.
Exactly.
You pick up a stick and you do some actor and bows type thing. You just make up stuff in your head. Imaginations play like a kid and all of that. That's pretty much how it was then, Well,
yeah,
life has gotten very serious now.
Life has rolled up on
like
us
this now and be like, it's like, no, what's going on? This cannot happen. This is not possible, and all of that. You just start feeling all of those things.
it was pretty nice. Definitely must watch, honestly. Yeah, that's it from us, right?
Yeah, to Mission Impossible 3 and 4 and 5 and
And 6 and 7. Watch out for those. We're going to be covering all of that.
hopefully before the
Dead Reckoning comes
comes
out.
out.
Yeah. So that's what we have for today. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed making it. Now you can also find our weekly recap right there. And if you want to start right there, yes. And if you want to start a conversation, leave a comment for us at our Instagram or below this video. Our Instagram is at pov.con. That is at pov.corn. Thanks for tuning in and see you on the flip side.
Bye, guys.
Yep.